What is the slope m of the graphed line? So this line that's graphed on here is a horizontal line. When you have a horizontal line, your slope is 0. When you have a vertical line, your slope is undefined. Okay, so that's important for you to remember. So this would be 0 for our slope. Number 15, what is the slope of the line that passes through the points shown in the table? So you guys learned a formula. You subtract the y's on top and you subtract the x's on the bottom. So I could call this x1, y1 because it's my first point, and x2, y2 because that's my second point. So if I were to plug these values into this formula, I'd have m is equal to -3 minus -5 all over 0 minus -1. Now anytime you subtract negative numbers, subtracting a negative is the same as adding a positive. So we usually rewrite that okay, so subtracting a negative is the same as adding a positive. -3 plus 5 is equal to 2. 0 plus 1 is equal to 1. So my slope would just be 2. Number 16, what is the slope of the line that passes through the points? So we're going to use the same formula. I'm going to label my points. I'm going to subtract 3 minus -7 over -4 minus 0. So it's going to be 3 plus 7 over -4. I don't have to write 0 because when I subtract nothing, it's just that one number. So I have 10 over -4. Now this fraction can be simplified. The top and the bottom are both divisible by 2. So if I simplify it, it's 5 over -2. And that negative can stay in the bottom, or you might also see it written out in front of the fraction, like even with the fraction bar, they mean the same thing. Number 17, which of the following ordered pairs represents points that lie on a horizontal line? So the best way to do this would be to plot these points on a graph probably so you can see what's going on. So I'm just going to use this, no, it's not going to work to use that graph. So I'm just going to sketch it. Alright, so I go -2, 3. So -2, +3 would be right here. And then it says -5, 3. So -2, -3, -4, -5, 3. So if I were to connect these, it would look like this. It says, is that a horizontal line? Yes, it is. So this would be my answer choice. And I could go through and try out the other ones if I wanted to. If I did 2, 3, I'd go 2, 3. And -2, 4 would look like that. So that would not be horizontal. Right? And I could try the other ones, but none of the other ones would be horizontal. Number 18. A number y is 5 times the value of a number x. So this means equals, times means I'm multiplying. So let's see what this sentence says. Y is 5 times x. A line graphed in a coordinate plane represents the relationship between x and y. What is the slope of the line? Well, when you guys learned about slopes of lines, you learned that when I had y equals mx plus b, which is slope-intercept form, that the slope is the coefficient of the x. In this case, that's where 5 is in this problem. So what is the slope of this line? Slope of this line would be 5.